book. Lilies, as tall as ourselves, and more lovely, and full of fragrance, and long orange tongues, and those playthings, the bees, stood in a neighbor's yard, a thick, ramping hedge of them. You could not help but see that to be beautiful is also to be simple and brief, is to rise up and be glorious and then vanish, is to be silent but as though a song was in you, only it hasn't yet been heard. At least in a garden of real earth and sparrows and wrens and people hurrying by, pausing, then hurrying on to the usual daily foolishness that comes to so little, so far as the real things matter. Eternity, the unseen, the unrecognized, the filling of the heart with goodness, as if it were a hive in which nothing corrupt could live. And I thought if at any one of them could write the story of their lives, who wouldn't stand in line and hand over the last of their shining money, oh, the very end of their shining money, to buy it. The moth, the mountains, the rivers. Who can guess the luna's sadness who lives so briefly? Who can guess the impatience of stone longing to be ground down, to be part again of something livelier? Who can imagine in what heaviness the rivers remember their original clarity? Strange questions, yet I have spent worthwhile time with them, and I suggest them to you also, that your spirit grow in curiosity, that your life be richer than it is, that you bow to the earth as you feel how it actually is. That we, so clever and ambitious and selfish and unrestrained, are only one design of the moving, the vivacious, many. If I were. There are lots of ways to dance and to spin. Sometimes it just starts my feet first, then my entire body. I'm spinning, no one can see me, but it is happening. I'm so glad to be alive, I'm so glad to be loving and loved. Even if I were close to the finish, even if I were at my final breath, I would be here to take a stand, bereft of such astonishments, but for them. If I were a Sufi, for sure I would be one of the spinning kind. immigrated to a land he claimed for his God. He named himself as the arbitrator of deity in any form. He beat his Indian children. The law of gods, I claim, state. When entering another country, do not claim ownership. It's important to address the souls there kindly, with respect, and ask permission. I am asking you to leave the country of my body, my mind, if you have anything other than honorable intentions. Perhaps the world ends here. The world begins at a kitchen table. No matter what, we must eat to live. The gifts of earth are brought and prepared, set on the table. So it has been since creation, and it will go on. We chase chickens or dogs away from it. Babies teethe at the corners, they scrape their knees under it. It is here that children are given instructions on what it means to be human. We make men at it, we make women. At this table we gossip, recall enemies, and the ghosts of lovers. Our dreams drink coffee with us as they put their arms around our children. They laugh with us at our poor, falling down selves, and as we put ourselves back together once again at the table. This table has been a house in the rain, an umbrella in the sun. Wars have begun and ended at this table. It is a place to hide in the shadow of terror, a place to celebrate in the terrible victory. We have given birth on this table and have prepared our parents for burial here. At this table we sing with joy, with sorrow. We pray of suffering and remorse. We give thanks. Perhaps the world will end at the kitchen table, while we are laughing and crying, eating of the last sweet bite.